Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are strapping ourselves in for a critical look at the AI lead generation hype machine. I mean, you cannot open a marketing email or, attend a single webinar without being told that some new AI tool, usually bargain priced, is going to instantly revolutionize your sales pipeline.
It's everywhere, absolutely relentless.
Right. So our mission today, using the source material we've gathered, is kind of twofold. First, we're going to unpack why these systems so often fail to deliver on those, frankly, incredible promises, especially when it comes to quality.
Yeah, the quality piece is key.
And then, maybe more importantly, distill a strategic, evidence-based approach for actually using AI effectively in sales and marketing, because it can be useful, right?
It can, but not in the way it's often sold.
Okay, so let's look at the three core pitches we see all the time. Number one, lightning-fast leads, the promise of generating thousands of prospects while you sleep.
While you sleep, exactly. Quantity over quality baked right in.
Then number two, laser targeting. The AI supposedly knows your customers better than they know themselves. Bit creepy, actually.
A bit, yeah. And often just wrong.
And number three, the big one, massive savings. Cut costs by 80%, maybe even make the sales team redundant.
That one always gets me. As if relationship selling is just gone.
It's a compelling fantasy, I get it. But the unifying thesis across, well, all our sources is brutally simple. If a vendor promises you magic for pennies, what you're likely getting is a complex, time-wasting liability. Not a magic bullet, more like a water pistol.
Exactly. And the reason those promises always collapse is because the entire system is built on, well, a foundation of sand, or what we like to call the data quality trap.
Right, the data.
We've said it before, I know, but AI is only as good as the data you feed it, and often it's garbage data.
So the analogy is like baking a cake with bad ingredients.
Precisely. You're trying to bake this gourmet, high-converting cake, right? But you're using expired, incomplete ingredients you scrape from some, digital dumpster.
Okay, yeah.
The output is going to be fundamentally messy because the input was messy. And our sources, they reveal some brutal reality checks. AI is trained on these vast data sets.
Huge amounts of data.
That contain outdated contact info, incomplete records, and critically historical data that's already got bias baked right in.
So when the AI is confidently churning out those thousands of leads, it's just confidently reproducing the errors. It's not fixing them, it's making them bigger.
It's amplifying them. That's the perfect word. Amplifying the mistakes at scale.
Wow.
And the cost of that mistake is immediate. It's brand damage. We found this one particularly cringeworthy anecdote from a company called Alchemist.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one.
Their AI was confidently targeting entirely the wrong industries, sending these detailed, expensive enterprise software pitches straight to, small mom-and-pop bakeries.
Bakeries for enterprise software.
Yep. Imagine getting that email if you run a small bakery. It's not just bad targeting. That's actively irritating your potential, well, definitely not prospects in this case.
That story just distills the whole problem, doesn't it? It's not just that more leads don't equal better leads. It actually means you're paying money to annoy people.
Which is the exact opposite of lead generation.
Yeah. And, okay, let's say you somehow manage to clean up the data garbage, which is a huge if. You still hit the next massive hurdle, what we call the AI black box problem.
The black box.
You mentioned the AI's confidence, right? But when the sales team asks, okay, AI, why is this prospect supposedly piping hot? The AI basically responds with the transparency of a magic 8-ball. Signs point to yes.
That's pretty much it. It's the core issue of lack of explainability when nobody, not the sales rep, not the marketing manager, can genuinely understand the reasoning behind a recommendation.
Trust just disappears.
Immediately, it erodes instantly, and you get this huge sales misalignment where the AI is screaming, hot lead, go get him! But the actual human rep looks at the profile and thinks this has got to be a prank. This makes no sense.
Yeah, I can see that happen.
And here's where it gets really interesting, or maybe worrying. The sources explain that the AI isn't being deliberately mysterious. It literally doesn't know how to explain itself in human terms.
It doesn't know why.
Not in a way we understand as logic or cause and effect. It's operating on these incredibly complex pattern recognitions across millions of data points. Without that human oversight, the system is perfectly happy repeating the same expensive mistakes indefinitely.
So it's like Groundhog Day, but just for your terrible conversion rate.
Exactly. Groundhog Day with a much worse budget impact.
That lack of accountability, that inagility to explain why is the perfect segue. Because if the AI can't explain its successes, it certainly can't explain its failures. Which brings us neatly to the significant external risks, specifically AI hallucinations.
Yes. This is the really embarrassing secret that vendors, well, they rarely mention up front. AI makes stuff up.
Make stuff up like lies.
Effectively, yes, and it does so confidently, convincingly. It's like having that one friend who confidently gives you directions to a place they've absolutely never, ever visited.
Okay, that's concerning. You're saying the AI might invent data points about a prospect.
Absolutely. Imagine pitching a high-value prospect based on insights the AI has just fabricated. Let's say it claims they just started a major project you can help with, or formed a partnership that doesn't actually exist.
Oh, no.
You go into that meeting, mention this fact. Instant credibility suicide. You look completely unprepared, or worse, like you're just making things up. You're presenting invented-led data as solid fact.
That's terrifying from a sales perspective.
And there's a related concern we found threaded through the sources, the whole regulatory landscape. It's a minefield.
DDoS, privacy, GDPR, CCPA, all that.
Exactly. If the AI is scraping or synthesizing data in a way that risks violating data privacy rules or maybe mishandling consent issues, you are opening yourself up to some severe compliance nightmares.
So instead of talking to customers, you're talking to lawyers.
Potentially, yes, very quickly.
Okay, that's a massive hidden risk.
Yeah.
So the pro tip here seems non-negotiable. Always, always verify AI-generated insights before you act on them.
Trust, yes, but definitely triple verify before you stake your brand credibility or potentially legal compliance on what the AI told you.
And we have to verify, partly because, let's face it, everyone is jumping on the bandwagon, everyone's using the same tools, running roughly the same models, targeting the exact same pool of prospects.
Yeah, the market saturation issue.
So what happens when everyone buys into the same AI playbook? What's the result?
You get what the sources are calling the total email apocalypse.
The email apocalypse. Sounds dramatic.
It kind of is. Suddenly, your perfectly personalized email, the one the AI maybe took, what, 0.2 seconds to write, is the 47th nearly identical generic-sounding message that poor prospect has received this week.
Ugh. Inbox Overwhelm.
Totally. And prospects are definitely not stupid. They develop this immediate sixth sense, like a spam filter in their brain, for spotting generic AI outreach.
So they just hit delete.
Instant delete. Or worse, mark as spam. Engagement tanks, because everyone sounds like a robot reading from the same script. Because, well, effectively they are.
Flooding the top of the funnel with sheer quantity over quality. It's like that analogy you hear sometimes. Throwing a massive party for 500 people in your tiny studio apartment.
Huh. Yeah, that's a good one.
Technically, 500 people showed up, maybe clicked a link. But nobody's actually having a good time. The conversion to actual deep relationships is basically zero. And now you just have this huge mess to clean up.
Huge mess. Zero real pipeline value. And that leads us perfectly to the biggest deception of all in this whole space. The hidden costs of cheap AI.
The price tag.
That low sticker price you see, the one promising massive savings, that's just the sign-up fee. That's the lure. The true financial implications are buried deep in the ongoing operating costs.
Okay, wait, I could challenge that a bit. Isn't the whole selling point that this AI is supposed to save us money? Specifically on expensive, specialized labor. If it's this amazing turnkey solution, why do we still need highly paid experts running around?
Because AI is absolutely not set it, forget it. That is the central myth vendors love to push. Our sources break down at least 4 major hidden costs that just gobble up those supposed savings. First, pretty obviously, data management costs. Someone, a human, needs to continuously clean, update, and maintain that foundational data we talked about.
And does it clean itself?
Nope. That's a human cost, and it's continuous, never stops. Second, model tuning and optimization. The AI needs constant babysitting.
Babysitting.
Yeah, constant adjustment as market conditions shift, or maybe your own sales strategies change. This means you absolutely must budget for data scientists, or at least highly skilled operational staff to handle that ongoing optimization. It's not optional if you want results.
Okay, so that's 2 big costs already.
Third is compliance and monitoring. All that legal oversight, the privacy compliance checks, the audit trails required to mitigate those hallucination and legal risks we just discussed, that costs money. Time, resources, maybe legal fees.
Right, mitigating the risks the AI introduces.
Exactly. And finally, number 4, and this can be the biggest one, the cost of failed campaign recovery. When the AI inevitably generates garbage leads, or targets the wrong people, or uses fabricated data,
Like the bakery example.
precisely. Fixing the brand damage, rebuilding trust, cleaning up the pipeline mess that is often the single most expensive consequence of relying too heavily on immature AI.
So the cheap AI just pushes the budget around. It moves it from the initial software license fee into ongoing operational costs, data costs, risk management, and disaster recovery.
You got it. It completely reframes the whole ROI calculation, doesn't it?
It really does. Which brings us back to why the human element is still so absolutely essential, especially in complex B2B sales.
Absolutely critical.
These deals, the big ones, the important ones, they are not won with perfectly optimized email sequences alone. They're won in nuanced conversations where a real person genuinely listens, understands, and adapts.
Yeah.
Think about handling a complex objection. Let's say a prospect says, I'm just not sure this fits our budget right now.
Yeah.
What does an AI chatbot do?
Offers a generic 10% discount code, probably, if you're lucky.
Right. But a skilled human salesperson? They dig deeper. They explore the prospect's real underlying pain points. They might structure creative payment options or rescope the project to fit the budget constraints. That massive difference in approach.
That's the difference between closing the deal and getting deleted.
Exactly. It's closing versus deleting.
And the subtlety of human interaction. It's just everything in these complex sales. The AI might read an email saying maybe later as a hard no, a dead end, close the file.
Yeah, algorithmically it looks negative.
But a human, they hear the nuance. They hear, convince me, or the timing's genuinely off, call me next quarter, or I need to sell this internally. That emotional intelligence, that ability to read between the lines is critical for building trust.
And trust really is the ultimate sales currency, isn't it? Our sources are crystal clear on this. Over-reliance on automation just turns prospects into ticket numbers.
Dehumanizes them.
Yeah. And they feel that dehumanization immediately. People buy from people they trust, period. Especially when the solution is complex, expensive, and strategically important. You don't trust an algorithm with that inherently.
So if we pull all this together and look for the solution, here's the plot twist, maybe. AI isn't useless. Not at all. It's just fundamentally miscategorized by the vendors trying to sell you the magic bullet.
Okay, so how should we categorize it?
The strategic solution, the smart way to use it, is to view AI as your incredibly smart, fast intern, not the new CEO you hire to run the entire company on day one.
An intern, not the CEO. I like that.
It's a powerful tool, an assistant, but it is never a turnkey replacement for human strategy and interaction.
And the sources actually provide a really clear pathway for implementing this.
Right.
Let's call it intern-level AI effectively.
You're right.
Strategy 1 is augment, don't replace.
Use it for the heavy lifting.
Right. Use AI for the grunt work, the data analysis, spotting patterns maybe humans would miss, doing that initial filtering. But the humans, they stay firmly in the driver's seat for strategy, for outreach, for relationship development.
Makes sense. AI does the math, humans do the meaning.
Then strategy 2 flows from that. Combine AI insights with essential human judgment. The AI might flag a lead as hot based on behavioral scores, website visits, whatever. That's useful.
It's a signal.
It's a signal. But then the human sales rep adds the vital context. Actually, I know this company. We lost them 6 months ago over a massive pricing disagreement that fundamentally hasn't changed. We need a completely different approach here, or maybe we don't approach them at all right now.
That combination, the machine power plus the human context, that's where the real value lives, not just the raw AI score.
Precisely.
And that circles us right back to strategy 3, which underpins everything else. It's the absolute non-negotiable foundation. Invest heavily, seriously in data governance.
Back to the data again.
Always back to the data. That initial and ongoing effort to clean, structure, and maintain high-quality data, that is the only thing that guarantees you get valuable insights out of the AI tools without a solid, well-governed data foundation.
Garbage in, garbage out. Still true.
Still true.
Yeah.
The technology simply cannot succeed on a shaky data foundation. Full stop.
Okay, so the success formula seems absolutely clear from everything we've looked at. Technology plus human intelligence equals actual results.
That's the equation.
The two have to work together in partnership. But the human has to be the strategic orchestrator, the one making the final calls, the one building the trust.
Couldn't agree more.
Right, so to sum up our deep dive today, AI-driven lead generation on its own will not guarantee success. And it definitely won't at those bargain basement prices you see advertised everywhere.
Not a chance.
The vendors promising magical, instantaneous results for pennies. They're likely relying on your desperation, maybe your lack of deep technical understanding, or perhaps they're just delusional themselves.
Could be a bit of both.
So the three non-negotiables you absolutely must bring forward into any AI implementation based on our sources are these. First, demand transparency. If the AI can't explain its reasoning, you simply cannot trust the results blindly.
You need the why.
Second, insist on quality data. Invest in that foundation, or honestly, don't even bother starting with sophisticated AI tools. Fix the data first.
Foundational.
And third, always, keep the human touch. Technology is a powerful enabler, a fantastic assistant, but humans are the closers. Humans build the relationships.
Well said.
Okay, so that's our take, drawing from the material. Now, before we wrap up, you always leave us with a final provocative thought. What have you got for us today?
All right, building on that need for transparency, here's something for you, the listener, to chew on. If an AI recommendation ends up costing your business significant money, maybe it's through a completely failed campaign or a serious brand reputation hit, and the system literally cannot tell you why it made that specific recommendation because of that inherent lack of explainability. What are the real ethical and maybe even legal risks of continuing to use that system without forcing clear, unambiguous human accountability into the process before acting on its outputs?
Yeah. Where does the buck stop if the AI can't explain itself?
Exactly. So the final word is be smart, be skeptical, be strategic, don't buy the hype, buy the results, and make sure humans are always in control.